Back in the good old days, when I was a kid in the late 1960s and early 1970s, all through the 70s, we had the old drive-in theaters around here. We had three of them, as I can remember, and we went to them quite regularly, and it was just a good old time. I remember very well seeing some very epic John Wayne pictures and other pictures like that, and it was just a lot of fun. As I said, we had three of them around here, and now we have none. They have all been gone since basically the 1980s, but there is a little bit of that exists of these, so we're going to go have a look at these. This is the Starlight. This is a bill from the Starlight, an ad, and this was built in 1949, I believe, and it was probably the most popular around here, and I certainly have wonderful memories of the Starlight, and it is one of the properties out of three that we're going to go visit that still has some vacant lot on it. So we're zooming down here, and let's have a quick look at these things where they are at. The Valley Theater, far to the north. And then in the middle, the Starlight, the one that we're going to go visit during this video. And then to the south, we had the Lithia. I remember all of these very, very well. Here's an ad from the Valley. I don't know when the Valley Theater was built, but I do remember being there many, many times. Here's a aerial photo of it. You can see it there. The funny curved lines are the mounds of dirt that the cars would park on in order to be able to view the screen better. The screen is to the north there. In the center is the projector room, aka restrooms, food area, and all the rest. Remember this theater very well. Well, here's the Valley today, taken with the Google map, and the area has changed quite a bit. The highway is still there and the railroad tracks. And of course, the Valley Theater is long gone. So we won't go visit that one because I would be trespassing on private property in order to do that. But it is long gone. Now we got the Starlight. Here's a sign from the Starlight Drive-In. I'm assuming that was on top of the screen at one time, or maybe the sign out front, I believe. And here is the big screen. This is taken from Highway 99. This was just something everybody saw when you drove by. It was this gigantic screen. It was just epic. It was just an absolute landmark. You can see the sign off to the left there. That's apparently where the Starlight sign was, up on top of that once upon a time. This is just an epic picture of that known movie screen. And now we go to the Google map today, and this is what it looks like. It's a vacant lot, so we're going to go out there and visit this and check it out, even though there's no real remains of the Starlight Theater still out there. And then we move on to a 1994 Google map. As you can see, it's black and white. At this point, the box office, the movie screen, or the projector room, bathrooms and food area, the building is actually still there. And I remember it stayed there for a long time. I wish I had went out there and checked it out back then, but I didn't. You can still see a little bit of the lines there. Now we move on to 2000. Still, the building is there. Wow. Again, I wish I had gotten out there to check this thing out. The humps of dirt there that the cars parked on are still somewhat visible, but they're going away pretty quick. I'm sure this all got bulldozed at one time, but still a little bit of it remains for some reason. And now we move on to the Starlight today. Unfortunately, the building is gone. They built a big Les Schwab right there to the right, and there's a road going down the middle, just about where the box office projector room would be. But way in the back there, you can still see some of the lines there. Very strange. I really am just dying to go out there, and we'll be going out there and checking this place out. And here I am. I'm actually out there checking it out. That's looking to the south where those humps of dirt still seem to remain according to the Google Earth map. But unfortunately, I waited just a little bit too long because there is construction going on right up front. That's right near the road. That's a Les Schwab there, but up near the where the big movie screen would have been, unfortunately, there's a building being constructed there. It looks like it's only been going on for a couple of weeks, but I didn't make it in time, unfortunately. Here's a picture from inside the movie theater showing the screen and the little speaker stands that you park next to, and clearly the humps of dirt that you parked on. And then I will be standing approximately right here where that picture was taken. It's really hard to compare the two, but this is about where that picture was taken at. And now I'm way in the back where those dirt humps would show up on this Google map. And you can clearly see them there, just off to the right there by the Les Schwab. They still kind of exist, but I just couldn't find them. It must be just the way the grass is growing over those. Well, that's it for the Starlight. And now we move on to the final theater, the Lithia Theater, to the south near Ashland. Here's a picture of the inside. There's only 2 pictures exist of this, and this is one of them. Again, I remember this one very, very well. We went to this quite a lot. And then we move on to, we'll take a look at the speakers here. These things were great big aluminum speakers. They were very cumbersome. They hung in your window, and they always had terrible, horrible sound, I remember. And they were just these great big things that took up a lot of space. But that's just the way it was back in those days. You could see they would easily hang on your window if you rolled it down just a tad little bit. And that's how you listened to the movie. And now we're outside on Highway 99 looking at the Lithia Theater from the outside. You see the sign there, and you see the screen and the fence. And this is the only other picture of the Lithia that exists today. I wish I could have found more pictures of all these theaters, but I just couldn't. And then we take a look approximately in the same location from the Google Earth map. And as you can see, it's completely gone now. This is just neighborhoods. There's nothing left of the old Lithia Theater except a lot of good old memories. And then we take a look from above, and there you have it. Just neighborhoods now and people living there. Many of them probably don't even realize the good old times that used to happen there back in the 60s and 1970s. Well, that's it for my little video on the drive-in movie theaters around here. Lots of really good and great memories for me. Thanks for watching.